Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a video all about blackcurrant perfumes, one of my absolute favourite perfume notes, and some of my favourite perfumes are in this video. If you are new here, then welcome. We are all about perfumes, fragrances here, so do check out my hundreds of other videos. And if you're a regular and you've been watching for a while, still not subscribed, then do hit that subscribe button and show your support. I really do appreciate it. So blackcurrant, of course, is a tarty, fruity, I find quite sort of a more nighttime and a relatively strong fruity smell. And it's that sort of syrupy, blackcurrant, fruits of the forest smell that I absolutely love. Let's get into the perfumes, and as always, links down below to where you can buy these in the US and Europe. So the one that really inspired me to make this video is the brand new Mon Paris Intensement. This is a flanker from the Mon Paris range. I love Mon Paris. It's a raspberry floral. This is a blackcurrant floral. It's blackcurrant rosy with patchouli, which really helps this last, and a little bit of peony and a little bit of raspberry. And this really smells of blackcurrant in the initial spray. And it's like a syrupy blackcurrant. It's like a blackcurrant liqueur. That's what this smells like. And what's amazing that I haven't seen very often in perfumes is the tartness of the blackcurrant is there, but that usually fades quite quickly. But in this, it stays. So an hour later, you're still getting that tarty, sharp blackcurrant smell, which makes this quite interesting. It makes it quite different to a lot of other perfumes, and it just feels a bit like interesting and a little bit sexy, a little bit nighttime, and I am a big fan of this new fragrance. You do start getting a little bit of the rose, but the whole time that tart, fruity, raspberry blackcurrant is there, and it's staying and it's lasting, and I really like it. I've done an in-depth review of this compared to the other Mon Paris perfumes as well, so I'll leave that linked. I just did it the other day, but overall really impressed with this, and this is definitely one of the best examples of a great blackcurrant perfume. So next on my list is Lancome's Midnight Rose. You guys know this is one of my favourite perfumes. So this is cassis and raspberry, and you would think that it would be very similar to Mon Paris Intensement. It's not very similar. There are similarities, but this is different, and by using cassis rather than blackcurrant, so cassis is like the blackcurrant bush, I guess is the word. This adds a different element to it, and the raspberry comes through a little bit more than it does in Intense, and the peony in here as well comes through. So it is, I would say, a bit fresher. It's certainly not sharp or tart in the way that the Intensement one is. Instead, it's more a rosy blackcurrant. And I find this really good for lingering and lasting on clothes. People often compliment and ask, what is that? And I'd say overall this is really underrated perfume. Like, not many people talk about this or have it. It came out, I think there was a sort of spike in interest in it, and then it just sort of fizzled and disappeared away, and it's never on any, you know, top selling lists. But I actually think it's awesome. If you love raspberry blackcurrant, syrupy, this is a beautiful, sexy, like fruity perfume, and I love wearing it. So for a nice vanilla-y blackcurrant, there is of course Armani C. Now this is again really good for lasting, really strong, really grown up, I'd say, perfume. It's a classy, sparkling vanilla blackcurrant. Think of a vanilla blackcurrant milkshake, but without the sugar. I don't know, that's a bad example. Again, they've used cassis rather than just the blackcurrant, so it's not got that tartness. And the vanilla is relatively strong in this, but it's a very warm, comforting vanilla. It's not like a sweet, sugary vanilla, it's warm. And it has patchouli in here as well, which works so well with vanilla to create that mask of smell. When I wear this, people compliment me on me. It could definitely last and smells. It's definitely really good for lasting. There's also the intense version. The black bottle, now this does have blackcurrant in as well as cassis, so this is a little bit more fruity, a little bit more sharp. I really like it. Overall quite similar, but just a bit more intense fruity. And then there's the Sea Passion Intense. Not to be confused with Sea Passion, this is Sea Passion Intense. And again, this has the blackcurrant in rather than cassis. And this is a more powdery version. It's a powdery vanilla underneath the blackcurrant, and it's definitely not sharp or overly fruity compared to the intense version, which is the most like traditional fruity. This is more subtle, daytime, powdery. And I know it's called Sea Passion Intense, but I think the original Intense, Sea Intense, is more intense than this. That's a lot of saying intense, isn't it? So from Lalique, a little bit of a niche fragrance brand, their Amethyst, I can never say this, Amethyst perfume is really, really blackcurrant fruity. It's known for being one of the most red fruity perfumes out there. So you've got blackcurrant, you've got blackberry, you've got blueberry, you've got mulberry, you've got all the berries. So this is a really, really berry perfume. Comes in this really tall and pretty, very classy purple bottle. Lalique, of course, are glass makers. I've done a video on all the Lalique perfumes, so I'll leave that linked as well, guys. But this is definitely for your berry lovers. There's a little bit undertones of a bit of floral, bit of powdery, but predominantly it's just like a berry explosion. Cacharels and more and more. I would describe this as a fruitier version of Armani C. It's been out quite a while, and one of my friends wore this all the way through high school and into her 20s, and whenever I smell it, all I can think of is her, because she smelled of it all the time. It stuck around so well, you could really smell it. So underrated, like no one really pays attention to Cacharel. And they've got this perfume that if you're a fruity, vanilla-y, you know, blackcurrant vanilla lover, then this is £25 maybe for the full size, and it's going to stick around like so strong. You're going to get compliments on it. It's young and fun and fruity. It'd be good for nights out, and I just really rate it. Can't fault it. At that price, you can't fault it. It also has a bit of apricot and orange in, which really lifts the blackcurrant, and yeah, I just really love this perfume. But I can't wear it because all I can think of is her whenever I smell it, and it feels like I've stolen her smell. So Escada use a fair bit of blackcurrant in all their different perfumes, some of which are sadly discontinued. So you might remember Ibiza Hippie. This was blackcurrant berries, bit of a lychee, really, really blackcurranty, really liked this. Sadly, you can only get this now, quite expensive because it's been discontinued a while. There's also their Moon Sparkle, which was discontinued. I love this name. This was strawberries, raspberries, blackcurrant, apples, citrus, so a little bit more fresher citrusy, but still very berry and very sweet. Escada Magnetism, which is still very much available, and I found this at some really good prices. This is a caramel blackcurrant, so very, very caramel vanilla, very sweet, and then that blackcurrant there as well. So not quite as fruity as the others, but quite good for lasting, and again, really underrated. Like, why does no one talk about it? From Thierry Mugler in their Eau de Toilette range, one called Blow It Up. This is a kind of green blackcurrant. It has vetiver and blackcurrant. So I think these are unisex fragrances. So it has that tartness of the blackcurrant, but then it has this very strong vetiver. I'm personally not a vetiver fan. I find it quite masculine, but I thought I'd throw this in there. Christina Aguilera, her original perfume, just called Christina Aguilera, was blackcurrant and plum with some vanilla in. Still very much sold. She has so many perfumes, but that original was the blackcurrant one, and I think the original is my favorite because of that. Again, you can get this at really good prices. Victoria's Secret Bombshell Night. This comes in a beautiful gold bottle, sparkly gold. This is predominantly blackcurrant. There are some slight other notes in there, a little bit of floral, but predominantly it just smells like a big blackcurrant smell. So really nice, really fruity, as you'd expect from Victoria's Secret. It's that fruity, sexy type smell, and really nice, and one to add to your collection. Again, think it might be discontinued, so will be getting more and more hard to find, so I'll leave it linked if it's still available, but definitely want to get with that beautiful gold bottle, I think. So a couple of affordable ones. They're Glittery Mood from the range that they released recently. I did a whole video on it. Really affordable. They're refillable, so you can get a big bottle and then you have these little durable sprays that fit in your handbag on a night out. And really good idea, I think, and very affordable. So this one, Glittery Mood, is blackcurrant and peony. I really like it. I think when lockdown's over I might just go and bite the bullet and buy it, because the I love peony and I love blackcurrant, so it's like perfect for me. And I found it quite good for lasting, and it's quite sexy, it's good for going out, and because it's so affordable you don't mind spraying loads of it, you don't feel guilty. I don't know if anyone else gets that guilty feeling of spraying loads of an expensive perfume, but yeah, really good way to get an affordable blackcurrant. And then for a fresher springtime blackcurrant, then their Eternal Spring has very floral notes in with the blackcurrant, jasmine, orchid, so it's much lighter, fruity, pretty, delicate daytime smell. And one which is a bit of a niche one from Skylar, I think these are vegan and cruelty free, is their Coral. I have a little sample of it here and it's my favorite, I think, from the Skylar range. To me, this is like a tropical holiday smell. Grapefruit and blackcurrant, and you really get those two. It's just fruity and exotic, and it would be perfect for holiday. Yeah, really like that. It's quite light and airy, but got that zing of the blackcurrant and the zing of the grapefruit, which work well. So yeah, something a little bit different, a little bit niche if you're into that. And then I wanted to give a shout out to Van Cleef & Arpels Ferry. This is discontinued, and it was the most beautiful bottle. I loved it. This was blackcurrant and violets, but to me it smelled like an ivy smell, like being in a forest, like with the fairies, and it was just awesome. And the blackcurrant was really sharp and worked well with that violety ivy smell, and I really loved it, and I'm so sad it's discontinued. You can still find it sometimes online, very expensive, but I'm hoping and praying that one day Van Cleef will bring back these beautiful fairy bottles, because the ones they have now are like just rectangular and boring. And I did also want to mention that La Vie Belle has some blackcurrant in, but it's not the main note, which is mainly a praline vanilla, but I did want to shout out that it is blackcurrant in there that's giving it that fruitiness. So that's it, that's my rundown of blackcurrant perfumes. Let me know what your favourite is. Are there any others you'd add to this list? I'm sure there are plenty of others. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you found it any good, and subscribe if you haven't already. But that's it, guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.